Kill him after we rob him. We'll have an accident.
Where is that half-witted reject who said this?
Tell that withered root to watch his back.
Clearly, you are a very scary person. I'm not going to interfere with you.
Welcome, friend. You won't...
Missed it. 3 Undaunted just had an arm wrestling contest all at once. They called it a draw when they each dislocated a shoulder. Good. I'll get these back to their owners and let them know the tribe in Atana's ruins won't cause them any more trouble. If they do, I'll send you to cause trouble right back. I've seen tougher meat horked up by a mama wolf for her cubs. Well, you may have a bit of gristle to you, and I might have some work. I know someone has hired you to pull relics out of old ruins. I might be the first who pays you to return them. So the Daedra inside Norfolk ruins cursed these baubles. The only way to break the curse is to return them. No, probably not. Just get them back to the altar from which they came. Oh, and kill the Daedra behind this. Already lost 3 Undaunted to its scheme.
Progress is slow but steady.
What do you want?
Please, anyone. The Countess needs help. wife will never know what happened to me. Take word to my wife. Augustine Derone should know I didn't make it. Please, tell her I love her.
Is dark. My sweet wife is dead. My wife, Breloth, is dead. Mara, take her soul. You would do that? I wanted to be perfect. Breloth, she had such exquisite taste. My father said she was high upkeep, but I loved the way she just knew what she liked. She would have wanted her funeral to be special. She was a wood elf. She loved nature, flowers. If you could get some fallen blossoms to put in her hair, and her favorite meal, mud crab and the Wayside Inn's house wine, you'd actually get these for us? You coming along was such a blessing. Truly the Eight sent you. This will mean so much to Breloth, so much. Skygazer peonies grow far to the north, near the waterfall. They prefer the higher ledges of the mountain ridge. Breloth loved their fragrant blossoms. They always looked wonderful in her hair. Finding the wine is simple. Talk to Johnsis Malarelli at the Wayside Inn. He'll sell it to you. You know how the Bosmer like their drink. I'd like to bury the bottle with her. You'll find plenty of mud crabs at the base of the waterfall to the north. Stragglers are sometimes found in the passing stream. Their succulent claw meat is the most important part. My wife never cared for the rest.
An undead werewolf took over Camelot. An undead werewolf? How does that even work?
You've got to help me. I mean, us. I mean the whole town. The Countess has gone crazy, and everyone's fighting about who should be in charge. She's the only one who can run this place. We need to help her. I don't know, and if anyone would know, it would be me. I'm her manservant. The other day, she called all the servants up and dismissed us. Since then, she's been shut up in the house, refusing to leave. The whole town's talking about it. No, the Count died years ago, and she's been in charge ever since. Of course, every eligible man in Stormhaven has come calling, trying to court her, but she doesn't like them, or hasn't married at least. Please, can you just talk to her? I can't thank you enough. So many people in town just want to write her off. They're less worried about her welfare than they are about who should take authority of Windkeep. Everyone asks that. King Afrin conquered Windkeep and renamed it Afrin's Hold, just to the south. The town kept the old name. It's a small place, but we do a fair amount of trade. The Countess is wealthier than most of her suitors. I wouldn't go near that place if I were you. They say it's haunted. Some other people came by asking about it recently. Haven't seen them since. So like I said, I wouldn't go there. I don't know. They were all wearing the same types of clothes. Looked like some kind of Daedric cultists. All the more reason to stay away from Afrin's Hold, if you ask me. Yeah. The Countess has at least 5 different men who've been courting her. Not common folk like you and me, either. We're talking noblemen. People with lots of gold to throw around. They buy her some pretty fancy gifts.
What is it?
You're back, and you have all the pieces you left with. Unless you had an extra finger and now you don't. In which case, cheer up. No more gold spent on custom gloves. Good. That should be enough to break the curse. But if your teeth fall out and you start to vomit bile, you should stop by your local mages guild. As a precaution, you understand.
charge you do.
What can I do for you? Rough luck. Thanks so much for bringing news. It's better than spending the rest of my life wondering.
Want to make some gold, Walker? This one would speak with you for a moment, Walker. This one's brother is called Sarashi. Sarashi is big time, very well connected in the city. But Sarashi is in deep water and can't swim. Owes boss man much money. You've heard of Midnight Union, yes? Midnight Union is very different in recent days. Sarashi's boss is not so patient. Sarashi needs gold, fast. This one cannot help his brother anymore. But you will go see Sarashi upstairs in the inn, yes? Offer to help him, yes? He will pay. This one is very grateful that you will be helping his brother. Sarashi is a good and honest worker for the Midnight Union. He's only fallen on hard times. This one is glad you understand. Whatever business Midnight Union has in Wayrest, Sarashi handles it. Buying, selling, trading. Sarashi helps city dwellers too. Lends money to those in need. He's a good one. Glad you will be helping him.
Hear ye, hear ye! The warning on travel to Koglin village has been lifted. The Knights of the Flame have sent word that order has been restored. What you need.
Goblins. Goblin! You look pretty dangerous. Consider yourself drafted. There are goblins here that need killing. Because the goblins killed my men. All of them. That's why the goblins have to pay. I want their heads. While you're at it, burn their territory markers too. The watch will never be theirs, not as long as I draw breath. Yes, you have a hearing problem. Territory markers. They use them to mark their territory. The goblins set them up at the North Tower, the South Tower, and the Eastern Gate. I'll stay and keep this gate secure. Well, get on with it!
They're going to find me and kill... You've got to help me. Those goblins will eat me. Watch the soldier... Hurry! It was all a mistake. Did you find it? Thank Kennereth. I thought I did.
I did was provoke a showdown that was coming anyway. Ah, the smell of fresh goblin blood is like perfume to me. I knew I could count on you. Well done, and thanks for all the help. The commander here would like to have a word with you.
Of all the bone-headed stunts. Well, at least now we know what brought the stone chewer goblins down on us. Captain Rama here stole one of the stone chewer's tribal totems and raised it on our tower as a challenge. They are honor-bound to recover it, along with killing whoever took it. That totem needs to come down, and quick. I ought to send Rama, but it's probably smarter to keep him here under arrest. My troops are stretched thin. Can you run up and take down the totem? Bring it back here to me. Captain Rama deliberately stole the totem to provoke the stone chewers. As long as that totem remains on the tower, we'll never be rid of those goblins. He hates goblins. I mean, we all hate goblins, but he really hates them. I've asked why, but he won't say. Should have listened to my instincts and sent him to another post. Not without getting that totem out of here. They can smell it or something. Even then, we'll need reinforcements to take back the watch. I sent a request to Captain Ernard, but if he doesn't arrive soon, we'll just have to withdraw.
Back with reinforcements, but I was too late to save the commander. Daedra, take it. Before he died, he said he'd sent you on a mission. I hope you succeeded. Now, you've got to return that totem to the stone chewers. The goblin camp is to the west, but I'm not sure where the totem belongs. If I were you, I'd ask that crazy scholar who lives near the camp. Nellic Starone. That's his name.
So many tribes gone from High Rock. The rat farmers, the throat cutters, even the famous disembowelers. The stone chewers are really the last of the breed. Search the caves. The totem needs to be restored to the goblin's shrine. If a shaman sees you, expect some kind of trouble. One of them knows a shape-changing spell, and he's got a wicked sense of humor. Indeed. Look how busy they are. Carving femur flutes, skinning Durzog puppies, disciplining their females. So misunderstood. Like us, yet unlike. The goblins live in a world apart.
one I may never enter. I can only dream.
Is it done? Has the totem been returned to the goblins? Well done! You accomplished what we couldn't. Cumberland's watch is in your debt. We'll drive out the remaining goblins, but while we're doing that, Rama's just going to be getting farther away. Captain Rama has fled Cumberland's watch. His comrade's blood is on his hands. He must be brought to justice for his crimes. One of my scouts saw Rama's cousin Harimal in the woods north of the watch. Rama and his cousin are tight. I'll bet he knows where Rama has fled to.
Hello, stranger. If you're hungry, I've got extra. Rama's holed up in that cave over there. You don't want to tangle with him. He's meaner than a nest of vipers. He traded swords with me because his had lost its edge. If I were you, I'd just take this sword back to Watch Captain Ernard and say you killed him.
Help us bring Rama to justice. He's responsible for this slaughter. I don't rejoice at this news. Rama was a fine officer once. At least it is over. Thank you.
Bend your knee to me. I'll give you a minion for each enemy you've slain. You will have an army. This will not finish me.
Do not add to my problems.
Have you heard that King Lelorian has returned? He's going to lead the Fighters Guild now. Welcome to the Wayside Inn. Whether it's cold beer or fine wine you prefer, we have it all. Ah, a connoisseur then. Always happy to show off what this region has to offer. I hope you enjoy it.
And I said, that's what she said.
The lines on my face tell a sad story, the tale of a woman whose youth was stolen by circumstance. I was widowed even before I flowered. I did what I thought was right. I assumed the burden of leadership, but I paid for that choice. I paid dearly. Of course, Matthias is such a sweet boy, and he served me well. It's a pity that I no longer have need of his service. I've been so false, so empty. I have no right to be a countess. I can see that now in my reflection. Windkeep needs a real leader, not a little girl masquerading as a woman of authority. Don't you see how hollow I am? I'm a shell of a person. Just look in the mirror.
This mirror is not for your eyes. Look away. Go away. You look into the mirror seeking answers, but there are no answers here for you. I am here for the Countess, and the Countess alone. You would be wise to be on your way. I have taken the Countess away, but it was with no animosity. The Countess you see before you is the reflection. The true Countess is in the mirror, and that is where she will stay. I will not. The mirror is the gift to her, but she is the gift to me. If you wish to release her, you'll have to pass through to the other side, into my domain. You shall find a warm welcome there.
An enchanted saddle warmer? You're too generous, Sir Bryce. I don't go riding often these days, but I do appreciate the gesture.
So, does that mean you will consider my request for your hand?
You make it hard to resist your advances, but I don't want to rush into anything.
Perhaps you should tell him the truth, Elise. That you and I plan to sell the estate and elope to Somerset Isle.
Indeed I would, Eurelian, if that were truly the case. I'm afraid you gentlemen will have to excuse me now. Do you see? Do you see what I've become? Look at the reflection! I'm old, I'm fat, and sometimes Argonian. No one will ever admire me again. It's not? Are you sure? I don't want to go back to a world where I'm reviled. Where is Matthias? Why hasn't anyone come to help me? He did? How do you know Matthias? Never mind. Can you take me to him? Can we leave this terrible place? Whoever you are, I'm going to make sure you're well rewarded for this. Well, that was an adventure now, wasn't it? I'm fortunate that you came along. You certainly have my thanks. Where is Matthias? Where are the other servants? I did? That's worse than I thought, then. I had absolutely no control over myself whatsoever. Or was that even me? I'm sorry, I'm not used to being compromised like this. But that only doubles my debt to you. My first order of business now will be to shatter that mirror into 1,000,000 pieces. Next, and possibly even more important, I need to find out which of my suitors gave me the accursed thing. Greed. Plain and simple. Since the day my husband died, there's been a line of suitors, each with a more extravagant gift than the last. They want to buy me and my title. I certainly have. Why should I share my land, my bed, with such fobbing louts? Now one of my suitors apparently seeks to take me out of the picture. Matthias will know which suitor dropped off the mirror. Would you help me investigate this? If you don't mind, please apologize to Matthias for me as well. Tell him I would have him and all the other servants return if they're willing. No more suitors, though. I'm done pretending. I have no intention of marrying again. Certainly not now. No, they're all equally shallow and untrustworthy. Sir Bryce and the Altmer Eurelian are the worst. It was probably one of those who gave me the mirror. Sir Bryce is a man of honor, a knight of the flame with what he claims is a passion to match. The poor man. Bryce believes his own falsehoods. He says he loves me, but if I were clothed in rags, I'd be invisible to him. He claims he was drawn across the leagues by my beauty, but the truth is that Eurelian is the disinherited son of some wealthy mage. Rather than a talent for magic, though, Eurelian has a talent for spending. He would have me be his bank. Oh, I'm sure that several of my suitors will have already suggested they take custody of the estate. Both Eurelian and Sir Bryce are likely trying to rally support so they can petition the king.
This can't be happening. Not Matthias. He wouldn't have stomped on a diseased rat, let alone hurt a person. We were just standing here talking. He said you went in to talk to the Countess, so we were waiting. Then all of a sudden an arrow flew out of nowhere right into his chest. He was dead before he hit the ground. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with what happened to the Countess. Did you talk to her? What did she say? Is she all right? The mirror? Is that what was wrong with her? Oh goodness, Matthias would have known. I don't really know the suitors. Maybe it was Sir Bryce, or that Altmer Eurelian. Probably the Altmer. He's shady. I'd check him first. I think he's from some rich family in the Aldmeri Dominion. All I've ever heard him talk about is gold. He even described the Countess's hair as strings of gold. Sir Bryce is really respectable. I don't know why the Countess isn't more receptive to him. He's a knight of the flame and everything. I think he would make a good husband. Of course, he's never even noticed me.
This blacksmith makes quite a bit of gold. I wonder how much he pays in taxes to the Countess. You mean, if I were the Count? I hoped for something like that, but my days of courting the Countess have come to an end. I've no gold left for gifts. Haven't been able to give her anything for weeks. she's already forgotten me. No, I'm afraid not. I couldn't afford to give her a flower. So it was a mirror that finally won her over. Maybe Sir Bryce or Rowleen Monnier was the lucky one. There is someone who would know for sure, but I'm sworn to secrecy. I suppose I'd be a fool to turn down such an opportunity. Very well, there's a young woman named Elaine who's obsessed with the Countess. What some might call a stalker. She'll know who presented the mirror. She's the one to ask.
Oh, it's you. I saw you leaving the Countess's house earlier. I don't mean to intrude, but I simply have to ask. Are you yet another suitor come to seek her hand in marriage? Oh, well then, I suppose you're an old friend of the Countess's. I don't want to pry, of course, but, well, I am curious. What exactly is your relationship with her? The mirror? Matthias could have told you. Oh, but he was killed, wasn't he? Well, I don't mind telling you. It was actually a new suitor, but a strong contender. Tall, dark, handsome, very dignified. I heard his footman call him Syrian. Well, I mean, I was curious, so yes, I followed him. He hiked up into the woods north of town. Kind of peculiar, honestly. So, can you tell me what this is all about? I'm dying to know. Cursed? Mara's mercy! That's terrible! I guess you're going after Syrian, then. Is the Countess all right? Never mind. You have work to do. Go on. This is getting good. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Why must I suffer?
praise the aid, it's you. Quick, untie me. The Countess was so sad about Matthias. She sent me to get flowers for his funeral. But on the way, one of these crazy cultists snuck up and just grabbed me. He dragged me back here and they asked me all these questions. This whole thing, the mirror, it wasn't the suitors. These cultists wanted to get rid of the Countess so they can take over the town. They forced me to talk. I think they're planning to kill the Countess at the funeral. You have to go stop them.
Have you come to pay your respects? That's very kind of you. Matthias was such... He was good to me. Better than I deserved, I think. In danger? Is it one of those pathetic suitors? Are they really that determined to have me out of the way? Oh no. That must be them. Please, you have to protect me.
We must maintain the purity of the Daggerfall Covenant. Raymond got what he deserved.
It looks clear now. Hurry. Meet me back at the manse. It seems you wound up saving me twice. I wish I knew a proper way to express my level of gratitude. Whoever these supernal dreamers are, they are cunning and clearly willing to go to great lengths to achieve their goals. I'm happy to be alive, and I'm also glad to know you stopped them cold. This has all been such an ordeal. I feel like there's so much to do now that it's over. Well, I want to go back to the graveyard and pay proper respects to my poor, sweet Matthias. And I suppose I must say something to my suitors. Speaking of which, I'm sorry you had to talk to them before. I know that must have been painful. I think it's probably best if I just stop pretending. I have no intention of marrying again, and I should stop playing these games. You helped me realize that.
Did you get everything? The blossoms, the mud crab claws? Did you forget the wine? Oh, Breloff, my love. Do you see what we have for you? She would have loved this. Flowers, wine, food. Everything will be perfect.
ye, card sharps and collector. Hey there, you've got a hungry look. The eye of a real competitor. I can see it. Well, my friend, Tales of Tribute is the game for you. It's a game, of course. A card game, to be precise. Full of twists and thrills and canyon-deep strategy. I've been traveling around recruiting new players. It's been a lot of walking, but seeing the joy of new players makes it worth every step.
Oh no, it's you! Have you come from Hosty? Please. Ha! Sarashi's brother is so kind. Abandons and asks a stranger to take his place. He's soon chasing sweetmeat in Senshal. No one cares for Sarashi. Brothers should be loyal. You owe Sarashi nothing, but Sarashi will pay for help, yes? Sarashi owes debts, but he's also owed debts. There are 3 in the city who have gold that should be Sarashi's. First is a gambler, next is a nobleman, and the last is a smuggler. You help Sarashi collect, and Sarashi pays generous percentage. Sarashi has marked where you can find these debtors on the map. Start with the gambler, Louis Irvine. Irvine owes Sarashi the most money. Sarashi needs money from the others too, but search for them after Irvine. You are helping Sarashi, yes? Then Sarashi will tell you anything. Well, almost anything. You would like to know about the gambler, the nobleman, or the smuggler? Just ask, and Sarashi will tell. Irvine, Louis Irvine. He is a nice man, but a little dungy, and he has no sense. Keeps making bets even when he's lost everything. Sarashi feels sorry for Irvine, but forgives his debt for too long. Sarashi must collect now to save his own skin. These upper class turn their noses up at Sarashi until they need Sarashi's help. Padir Nit comes from old family, very rich, but not anymore. Nit says he has no money to pay Sarashi back, but Sarashi thinks Nit is lying. Captain Mark, very smart man. Smuggles weapons, skooma, whatever makes him gold, yes? Mark lost his ship though, borrowed money for a new one. Sarashi needs money back now.
Did you hear that someone purged the corruption from the Weird Tree?
Please, creature, just leave me alone!
If you're in the market for a reliable...
Trade, sell, or buy?
Hear ye, hear ye. The king has called for a day of mourning following the death of Duchess Lacana at Alcaire Castle. The Knights of the Flame say her killer has been brought to justice. Hear ye, hear ye! The Iron Hand ogres have been driven back to Shinji Scarp, but General Godrin warns they remain a serious threat to all Stormhaven.
the daydream princes, there's one with shocking gore. His goal, the domination and enslavement of a soul. God of schemes, the prince of pain, the captain of corruption. He tills the land of Tyrian and sows the seeds of destruction. The plain man is nigh, the plain man is nigh. Our world will disappear. The plain man is nigh, the plain man is nigh. Our doom is drawing near. Chains of darkness grip the land and draw it ever near to his nightmare cold harbor, where hope bows down to fear, tearing souls of innocence into eternal pain, while his daedric minions sing praises of his name. The plain man is nigh, the plain man is nigh, a small of the plain man is nigh, the plain man is nigh, our doom is nigh.
What's this? Can't you let a man enjoy a moment's rest? You telling me King Emmerich needs this bench right now?
I can't pay him.
I bet my last coin on a fight at Hammer Death Arena and won, but the orc who bet against me refuses to pay up. You want money? Go beat it out of Ugurs. He's working with a gang of orcs down by the southern docks.
Don't get too many seasoned warriors showing up as new recruits, but we'll take you. Or were you here about something else? Yes, I remember him. Who could forget a name like that? Fontbonne enlisted a few months ago and asked to be sent straight to the front lines. Maybe hard to find. What do you need with him? You have his inheritance? That's certainly something he'll want to receive. I'll send word out to get his location, and then I'll send a special courier to ensure this gets to him. Thank you. I'll make sure that gets to him, too. Don't know if you're a friend of the family or what, but we appreciate you going to so much trouble. Take this for your efforts. I'll let you know when I've tracked down Scout Fontbon. If you're looking for trouble, you found it.
Get lost! Sarashi? I don't want trouble with the Midnight Union. Take the money. Tell Sarashi I didn't know. I'm sorry for the confusion.
I should sleep like a log tonight.
Look, I have no interest in risking my money on this handheld ballistic contraption. Who would want a bow they have to load and fire with a trigger? I don't have any gold anyhow. Oh, I'm sorry. Thought you were someone else. Sorry, I'm flat broke. And it was actually one of Sarashi's friends who convinced me to sell the estate and invest in pig saddles for children. Big surprise. They didn't sell very well. I lost everything. Wish I had, but no. If you really want to collect for Sarashi and don't mind getting your hands dirty, you could always dig up my grandfather's grave at the temple. He was buried with a valuable stone. Always seemed like a waste to me. Wait a minute. That's not fair. I didn't... Look, my reputation's already bad enough. Last thing I need is more rumors. I do have some money. Just take this and go.
What is it?
If you're here to join the crew, today's not the day. The ship's still anchored out in the harbor. I'd write down your name, but I just don't feel like it. Too much to drink last night at the Cloudy Dregs. Sorry, friend. We just headed back up to the Cloudy Dregs to speak with the moneylender, Sarashi. If I know the captain, he may be having a drink downstairs before he goes up.
Rumor is the soldiers of the Redoubt are going to move on to Cathedral. Hey, friend. Care to have a drink? You'll have to buy, though. I'm flat broke. Can't even pay my debts. Have to go upstairs and tell Sarashi I don't have his money. You think he'll have me killed? Oh, so you're gonna kill me? Because I don't have the money. Nothing to be done for it. I'm not gonna run, though. I'm a man of integrity, at least in this case. You don't think Sarashi could give me a few more weeks?
To fight a wrongful fate. They sneered when the word made his demand till twilight.
You return, and sooner than Sarashi expected. You have Sarashi's gold? Please say you have Sarashi's gold. If Sarashi had time, he would gladly give it to the captain, but Sarashi's own hide is on the line too. Sarashi has to have the money, one way or another. This is true, and Sarashi does not want the captain's blood on his hands. This is all right, though. You have collected most of Sarashi's money, and he is grateful. Sarashi can cover the rest for now. Yes, Sarashi is very relieved, and Boss will be happy. You are a better enforcer than my brother ever was. From now on, I will think of you as family. What is mine is also yours.